Welcome, yogis. Today's class is going to be a fun one. I have some flowy movements in there for you, and we'll be working on both hip mobility as well as stability through transitions. We'll also be able to try our Ekapana Kuninasana 2 today. If you are ready to get started, just grab your blocks if you have them, hop right onto your mat, and I'll see you there. Practice today is going to start on our feet. Find your Tadasana with feet hips-width distance apart. Close your eyes and just take a few moments to land. Feel where your weight is in your feet. Oftentimes we have a tendency to lean forward towards the toes, which is loading the front of the legs. So feel how the load changes into the back of the legs as you lean back a bit. Bring more weight into your heel while staying connected through the ball of the foot. Work inhales from the crown of your head down to the root. Exhales to rebound length back up to crown. Work with that rhythm. Inhale, pull down to root. Exhale, send it up to crown. As you work with this, imagine it like a ball of light moving up and down the length of the spine. Let's see about drawing the shoulders back ever so slightly. Spin your palms to face forward. And it's an even drawing back of the shoulders and the wrist creases. Just a touch. Engage your glutes and your quads. Every exhale helps you to lift and lengthen. Smooth your breath. Connect to your abdomen. Allowing the belly to expand as you breathe in, and a subtle squeeze and engagement as you breathe out. On your next breath in, you can blink your eyes open, sweep your arms to the sky. Breath out, soften your knees and fold forward. Dangle with the arms draped towards the ground. And if your hands reach the earth, just flip so palms are face up. This will help your shoulders relax. Maintaining soft knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll to stand. One vertebra at a time, letting everything be heavy. Arms draped, the head heavy. And you come upright. One more time. Inhale, extend your arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Flat back, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Rise to stand, extend your arms up. Hands to heart, exhale. Let your arms come down by your sides. Now we're going to work on spinal rolls. You can do this in the middle of the mat. If you have wall space available, you could also use the wall. And the idea is to imagine that wall space in front of you, so we're jutting out a point in the body at once. Only one spot is touching the wall at a time, and we'll create this wave. So I'll show you what it looks like first on the wall. We start with the nose, the chin, the chest, the hips, and the knees. Nose, chin, chest, hips, knees. Working through that wave to ultimately create, again, this waving motion in the spine. So if you're doing it in the middle of the room, again, just imagine a wall in front of you. Let's give it a try. Nose, chin, chest, hips, knees. Nose, chin, chest, hips, knees. Nose, chin, chest, hips, knees. So keep going with this. Again, notice how only one body part is shooting forward at a time. You know that the spine works as a team. So as one body part is going forward, the others are moving backwards, right? Visualize this S curve. So you notice when I get to that bottom part of the wave, the heart comes forward. As the hips go forward, my chin drops because I'm recreating that S and preparing for the nose to scoop forward. Now, if you're getting the hang of it, you can start to take these into more fluid waves, but don't feel like you need to rush it. Right? You might stay at the wall for quite a while before the wave starts to feel comfortable. Just a few more rounds like this. Again, isolating the movement in the spine. If you feel areas that are stuck, that's okay. Just notice that. All right. Now we're going to switch directions. So come back to neutral. Now it's knees, hips, chest, chin, nose. 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 Keep on going. Again, if you find more fluidity, you can work into that. The idea is to move just the spine. Naturally, your other body parts are attached, so they will move, but we're not trying to do too much in the shoulders. Right? Let the shoulders just hang. The spine is moving between them. Knees, hips, chest, chin, nose. Knees, hips, chest, chin, nose. Knees, hips, chest, chin, nose. Take your last few waves. And back to Tadasana. Inhale, extend your arms out. This time, interlace your fingers. Thumbs and index fingers release with a little X in the thumbs. Lengthen upwards, breathe in. Side bend to the right, breathe out. Come back up through center. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the left, side bend. Come on back up to center. Release your hands and fold forward. Half lift, breathe in. Hands to mat, step back, plank pose. Now at one time, see if you can drop your elbows and shift back to dolphin. Do your best to keep your palms grounded and shoulder distance apart. Now from here, we're shifting to Chaturanga. In order to do that, the palms stay grounded, the elbows will lift, shift forward, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back, down dog. Take 3 breaths. Rise to your tiptoes. Take a walk forward, feet to hands. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out, bow forward. Rise up, extend your arms. Hands to heart, exhale. Again, inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back, breathe in. Hands to mat, step back, plank pose. All right, now again, drop your elbows, dolphin. Send the hips up and back. Look forward, pull forward, chaturanga. Up dog, lift the heart. And back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. High tiptoes, inhale. Bend your knees, walk or jump, feet to hands. Flat back and fold. Rise up, extend your arms, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. And one more time through, just like that. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, bow forward. Flat back. Ground the palms, step or jump. If you're jumping, have bent knees, land in plank. Dolphin, drop your elbows, hips high. Look forward, pull forward, chaturanga. Up dog, lift your heart. Downward facing dog, hips high and back. Rise to tiptoes, bend your knees, walk or jump. Top of the mat. Half lift. Bow forward. Rise to stand, extend your arms. And hands to heart, exhale. Take one full breath in. Clearing breath out. Inhale, extend your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Step your left foot back. Lower your back knee. Take a low lunge. Arms up. Now we do want to work into more of a back bend here. So you can try shifting your right knee forward a bit more, getting a little deeper, but always being mindful to rein in the front body. Lift the frontal hip bones and also reach up through the arms in order to decompress the low back. What I mean by decompression is simply if you feel pinching back there, if it feels uncomfortable, or like the sensation is targeted into one place, that is typically compression. All right, now let's take the left hand, place it on your upper back. Your right hand is going to reach for your left elbow or tricep. Take a breath in, pull upwards. Breath out, side bend to the right. You'll use your head to help peel the top arm open. And you might even turn your head slightly left to look upwards. Inhale, both arms to sky, lengthen. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat and step back, plank pose. Come down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, lift your heart. Downward facing dog, hips high and back. 3 breaths. Inhale, left leg to sky, sweep it up. Take your knee to your chest. Step your foot between your hands, and we'll straighten both legs for pyramid pose. If you have blocks, this is a nice place to use them. You've got different heights available on those blocks, so you can use whatever is feeling appropriate. Now I invite you to explore this posture a little bit. whatever you need to get into the back line of the legs more. So that might be staying towards a flat back. And with that, you're trying to extend your hips back. So as you arc your low back, like you're trying to create a little low back curve, this is going to move your left sit bone backwards and therefore lengthen the hamstring. For you, taking some folds forward, and maybe utilizing inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold, that might be useful. For others, maybe walking the fingers towards the back edge of the mat, thumbs towards the long edge, that might feel nice. Look for your place. And I want you to consider spiraling your left kneecap towards your pinky toe while staying grounded through your left big toe. And start to come towards a flat back if you're not there already. If you're using blocks, you can take them with you, and we're going to walk the hands outside the left foot to get into the IT band, the outer line of the left leg. If this is giving you sensation, great, stay here. If you need more, you can keep walking your hands, pivot all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat, and your hands are also along that long edge. Maintain active legs and breathe. Walk it back to square. Now, your right heel, the back foot, is going to spin in like a warrior 2 foot. And then you can either take a block or your hand to the ground or even to your left shin. Keep your right hip squaring towards the ground and then roll the chest open for triangle pose. Now here there are 2 actions happening. The squaring down of your top hip in this variation of triangle is going to allow you to once again move into the length of the left hamstring and allow you to get your spine a bit more parallel to the ground. The idea in triangle is that your spine is a straight line. So if you need to be upright to make that happen, do it. If going towards the ground is causing you to round the spine, no go, right? So we see if that shift in the hip will help us to get there. And then I want you to imagine that you could move your sternum into your back body. If this feels like you're rounding, peel the right shoulder open a little more. Let's take one more full breath in. Square it back down, runner's lunge. Take a big step forward, top of the mat. Flat back, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward. Rise up, sweep your arms high. Hands to heart, exhale. Once more, inhale, extend your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. This time the right foot will step back. Lower your knee and set up low lunge, arms to sky. Don't worry so much about stacking your knee and ankle in this one. If the knee goes a little bit beyond, no problem. We want to stay away from extremes, right? That's going to be a little bit too much. We don't want the heel lifted. But just a little bit beyond can be a nice stretch and opening. Square your left hip back, your right hip forward. That's helping to square your hips off, and an engagement of your inner thighs will also assist you there. Now, let's take the right hand to the upper back. Left hand will reach for the right elbow and tricep area. Take a breath in, pull upwards. Breath out, side bend to the left. Use your head to press your right arm open, and you might look to the right a little bit. Inhale, straighten up, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee, pluck your left foot off the floor, step back to plank, and flow it through. Chaturanga. Through upward face, and back to down face. 3 breaths. Inhale, fly the right leg up and back behind you. Curl your knee to your chest, step your foot forward, and straighten your legs for pyramid. If you feel like your stance is a little bit long, just hop your back foot in. Spiral your right kneecap towards the pinky toe while grounding through your big toe. And then again, find your variation of this pose. Is it staying in a flat back? Is it rounding or even utilizing some flows of the flat back to round? Or is it walking your fingers towards that back edge of your mat? Notice if you're favoring one foot or the other. Try to keep the weight even. And again, a little bit of engagement in the inner thighs so your hips stay more square. Come back towards your flat spine if you're not already there. And then we'll take the blocks with us if you have them. Walk them out to the right, seeking that IT band stretch. If more is required, continue to spin. Pivot your toes towards the long edge as the hands walk alongside the long edge. Take a walk forward once again to square. Spin your left heel in like a warrior 2 foot. And then again, you could use the blocks if you wish. Otherwise, your hand is on the floor or your shin. Be mindful of squaring your left hip towards the ground. And then peel the chest open for triangle. Visualize the opposite spiraling of the shoulders and the hips. Left hip is rolling down, while the left ribs are rolling back. Do your best to move your heart into your back body, and then again, recommit to opening the collarbones. Last, full breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge, square it back down. Take a big step forward, top of the mat. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, extend your arms up. Exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, extend your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, take it back to plank. Now again, in one movement, dolphin, drop your elbows, send your hips high. So we're going to do these shifts again, but rep them out a few times. Here we go. Pull forward, chaturanga. Send it back, dolphin. Again, pull forward, chaturanga. Dolphin. 2 more. Chaturanga. 2 dolphin. Last time, chaturanga. 2 dolphin. Now stay in dolphin. Walk your toes forward as close as you can towards your elbows without shifting the shoulders too far forward and without your head touching the ground. Press through the elbows, get even longer and breathe. We're here for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Drop your knees, sink back, child's pose. Feel the stability and stillness of the ground. Soften your elbows and just let your weight rest upon it. All right, take it back up through tabletop, and we'll come into downward facing dog. Couple breaths to settle back in. Inhale, fly your right leg up and back behind you. Pick your knee to your chest, step your foot through. It's warrior one. Back heel down and extend your arms. And let's bring the hands down to the hips. Do your best to square your chest more forward, but still respecting the back foot. Back foot is grounded, back leg is straight. Stack your front knee and ankle. Ground down through your front foot, and then we're going to try the interlace behind the back. So we'll either keep the fists at the low back, wrap the elbows towards one another. If you have a strap handy, you could always bring that between your hands as well to make the connection. Extend your arms if possible. On a breath in, lift the heart, find a little back bend. Breath out, humble warrior. Now be careful here. We want the right hip to stay rounding back so the right shoulder and knee meet. Sometimes the hips tend to swivel out to the side, so we want to keep pulling forward. Move those arms up and away from your back body while squeezing your shoulder blades down towards your waistline. Take another full breath in. Exhale, float your hands down to the mat. Now we'll shift to Skandasana in the back leg. Bend your left knee, pivot the toes as needed, and your right foot can lift. From here, shoot forward, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Windmill down to runner's twist. Left hand down, right arm high. Take a full breath in. Exhale, right hand to mat. Step back to plank. Flow it through if you like. Otherwise, it's right back to down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, left leg to sky, sweep it up. Knee to chest, step it through. Warrior one. Anchor your feet first. Spiral your right ribs forward any amount. Take your hands down to your hips, open chest. Look for the interlace behind the back. Extend your arms if you have it. Take a breath in, lift the heart. Breath out, humble warrior. Keep your legs the same. Bow down, pulling forward. The arms lift up and away from the body. You notice if your shoulders are hunching towards your ears, can you draw them down towards the waistline? Last full breath in. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat. Take a walk back to Skandasana. The right knee will bend. Shoot forward, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Windmill down, runner's twist. Right hand down, left arm high. Take your left hand to the mat. Push through the hands, pluck your left foot off the floor, step it back, flow it through if you choose. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Once again, right leg to sky, breathe it up. Knee to chest, step it through, warrior one, rise. Right away, the hands come down, take the interlace. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Release your hands down, shift it back, Skandasana, left knee will bend. Shoot it forward, warrior two. Reverse. Runner's twist. Right hand to mat, step it back and flow it through. 3 breaths. Inhale, left leg high to sky. Take the knee forward, warrior one, rise up. Right away, the hands come down, grab the interlace. Send the fist down and away, open chest. Humble warrior, bow forward. Release your hands, shift it back. Skandasana, bend the right knee. Pull forward, warrior two. Reverse. Runner's twist. Left hand to mat, step back, plank. Flow it through if you choose. 3 breaths. All right, last one. Breathe in, right leg to sky. Pull the knee forward, warrior one. Arms come down, grab for the interlace. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, humble. Release the hands, shift it back. Skandasana, bend the left knee. Shoot forward, warrior two. Reverse. Runner's twist. All right, now this time you can lower your back knee for a moment. Take your right hand to your right thigh, and we'll just think about this transition. So we're going to try going to side plank and maybe taking a hand to foot as we do it. So I'll show you the full expression first, and then I'll give you your options. So option one, back knee will be lifted. Your peace fingers will hook around your right big toe. And then we're going to drop the left heel left. As the right leg comes up, it swings high. Keep the connection hand to foot. If that version seems like too much, you can keep your left hand, keep your gaze at the ground. That's going to help with your balance. And then you can either try reaching your right arm high, dropping your left heel left, and just swinging the right leg up. Forget the connection. Your final option will be to come back through plank or stepping directly into side plank. And then you can try lifting your right leg any amount. Now notice, as I go up to side plank, I'm not necessarily staying totally square in the hips. I'm letting my right hip roll back, the hips aim slightly upwards so I can get more height in the right leg. Okay, let's give it a try. So whatever expression you're going with, ground the left hand, lift your back knee, either step to plank or into side plank. Otherwise, take your peace fingers, hook them around your right big toe. Shift your left heel to the left, sweep the right leg high, and find that side plank variation. Play with it, linger. When you're ready, gently release. Come back to dog. If you want a flow through, feel welcome to take it. Let's drop the knees, find a child's pose for a few breaths. All right, guys, let's take it back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in, left leg to sky, sweep it up. Warrior one, step it through, rise up. Let the arms come down, take the interlace. Open heart, breathe in. Humble warrior, breathe out. Release the hands, take it back, Skandasana, bend the right knee. Shoot it forward, warrior two. Reverse. Windmill down, runner's twist. So now again here, prepare for your shift into side plank. If you're with me, take your left peace fingers around the left big toe. Gaze at the floor will help with balance. Drop your right heel right and sweep your left leg high. Stay with it. Linger. And then gently take it back. Down dog. If you want to flow through, take a flow through. Drop your knees for a moment. Once again, child's pose. Bring yourself back up through table and into down dog. All right, guys, breathe in, right leg to sky, sweep it up. Take knee to chest, step your foot forward, runner's lunge. Now here, you've got the option again to either stay with your hands grounded, with your fingertips grounded, or with blocks to give yourself a bit more room to play with. Once you find your place, press through your hands, round your back, pluck your right foot off the ground, knee to chest, step it wide, lizard lunge. Again, knee to chest, step it forward to runners. Knee to chest, lizard. Knee to chest, runners. Knee to chest, lizard. Knee to chest, runners. Last time, knee to chest, step it to lizard. Drop your back knee down and take a few moments to just be here. So that could involve bringing your forearms to the ground. That might be bringing your forearms down to blocks. Find your expression, but I do want you to be mindful of the alignment in this pose. We want the left leg, the back leg, to be a straight line back with the right thigh bone, what's going at an angle. We often sink into the right hip, that side hip, making the back leg at this weird angle. So just look underneath you, make sure that's all square. Just a few more moments to breathe here. All right, come back onto your hands. Extend your right leg for a moment. Shift your hips over your back knee. All right, pull back forward into your right knee. So now you can either stay in the lizard, hang out a little longer. If not, we're going to try our Ekapada Kunanyasana 2. So we're going to heel toe the right foot in just a little bit narrower. Take your right hand underneath your right leg and try to snug your shoulder underneath there. Your right hand will then ground right behind your heel, and then set up your left hand on the other side of the mat, equal kind of like Chaturanga hands. Okay, the goal here is to get it so your tricep and your hamstring are more connected. We'll lift the back knee off the ground, create that Chaturanga arm, look forward, pull forward, and squeeze your right knee towards your shoulder. Lift your right heel, and then pluck your foot off the ground, send your right foot back, and more Chaturanga arm, thigh bone, and tricep connect. Look forward, pull forward, and see if your left leg wants to come off the ground. If you can straighten your right leg, cool. That will just help counter the balance. When you're through, come on out, down dog, and into child's pose. All right, peel yourself back up to dog. Here we go. Take a breath in, left leg high. Knee to chest, step the foot through, runner's lunge. So now again, if you want your blocks, use them. Otherwise, it's tented fingers or grounded palms. Push through the ground, round your back. Lift your left foot off the floor, knee to chest. Step it wide, lizard. Again, knee to chest, runners. Knee to chest, lizard. Knee to chest, runners. Knee to chest, lizard. Knee to chest, runners. Last time, knee to chest, lizard. Drop your back knee and enjoy your life for a moment. Forearms either to the ground or to blocks. Again, you're looking underneath the pose. Make sure your right leg is a straight line back and it's your left thigh bone that's extending to an angle. Come back up onto your hands. Straighten your left leg. Hips shift back over your back knee. And then again, pull forward. So when we set up the Ekapada on this side, again, you'll heel toe your left foot in a little narrower. So you want to think about hugging in towards midline, right? The more that your knee is connected to your arm, the easier this will be. You're also thinking about extending forward. All your energy is moving forward. And once you find that tipping point, that balance point, the right leg, the back leg is going to want to lift off the ground. The element of straightening your front leg, it's an optional thing. It does take quite a bit of mobility, but if you have it, it's going to help to counter the weight, putting more weight in front of you and working more of that teeter-totter with the legs. All right, let's take the left hand now behind the left heel. Snug your left shoulder underneath and place your hand just behind your left heel. The right hand will match on the right side of the mat. Lift your back knee off the ground and squeeze your left knee in towards your shoulder. Bend your elbows a bit like Chaturanga. Lift your left heel, send your left leg back into the left and come even deeper in the arms. Pull forward with the chest, see if your right leg will float. Maybe the left leg will straighten. When you're through, back through, down dog. Drop your knees and come to a child's pose. Notice the shift in your heart rate. And use your breath to steady things out. Lift up just enough to tuck your toes under and press back to a rag doll at the back of the mat. You can loop your hands into the eyes of your elbows and then a little bob and sway. Let your arms dangle. Inhale, rise to a flat back. Take your hands to your hips, draw your navel up, draw your shoulders back, and then rise through a flat back. All right. Take your arms wide. Right arm under left for eagle arms. So if you can loop all the way around, great. If this is a little bit tight today, you can either glue the backs of your hands or just glue your palms and elbows together. Look beyond your hands, set your gaze. Bring your weight into your left foot. Right knee will rise towards your chest, and then you'll find full eagle. The right foot can kickstand to help with balance. You can glue foot to leg or try wrapping your toes. Sink deeper. Draw your belly in. Squeeze your legs together while trying to rip your arms apart. Straighten out, reach your arms up, kick your right leg forward. Now maintain this Tadasana straight line through the body. Shift forward, bend the right knee as a spring, and come into Warrior 3. Left hip is squaring towards the ground. Biceps lift behind the ears. Take a breath. Runner's lunge, hands down, left foot down. Drop your back knee. And then if you need to shift your right foot a little bit forward, if you're far back on the mat, that's fine. Heel toe your right foot across the mat to the left. Drop your knee to the right and find half pigeon. Get yourself set up however is comfortable. That might mean support under your right hip. And you'll come down as you're ready. Start to slowly crawl back up to upward facing pigeon. Here you're going to just gently press your right leg down into the ground for a little more support. Walk your hands back any amount. That might be on your blocks for more height, or simply walking onto your right thigh. Shoulders will draw slightly back in space, and then resist the urge to stick your heart out to get into a back bend. Can you suck your sternum into your chest, and then imagine that your sternum could slide up the wall in front of you. Slowly release. Hands will come back to the mat. Slide back through dog, maybe swirling your right hip around a little bit. Minutes back to down dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Once again, forward fold to the back of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Stay here, hands to hips. Squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. Draw your navel up and rise to stand with a flat back. This time it's the left arm under the right arm for eagle arms. Shift your weight into your right foot, left knee to chest, and then you'll drape it over the right leg for eagle legs. Remember, you can kickstand, glue, or try wrapping the toes. Sink low through your legs. Squeeze them together while trying to rip your arms apart. And it's elbows away, fingertips up. Straighten out, arms up, left leg forward, kick it out in front of you. And then take a big step forward, warrior three. Right leg will lift as the chest comes down. Square your right hip down, biceps behind the ears. And slowly back, runner's lunge. Lower your back knee, adjust as needed, and we'll heel toe left foot across the mat to the right. Drop your knee left. Get yourself organized for half pigeon, supporting your left hip if needed, and walk it down. Start to bring yourself upright. Tented fingers, blocks, or hands on your lap as you come a little bit taller. Press your left leg into the ground to support yourself. And then again, hone in the back bend a bit by drawing your sternum in and then lifting upwards. Take your hands back down to the mat. Slide back through dog. Give your left hip a swirl around if it needs it. And eventually it's to dog and into child's pose. Knees wide, shift your hips back. Surrender your weight into the ground. Start to peel yourself up through a tabletop. Cross your shins and find a cross-legged seat. Sit up tall on a breath in. Twist to your right, breath out. The left hand will catch your knee as your right fingers tent behind you. Spiral your gaze past your right shoulder. Take a full breath in. Exhale, come back around to center. And then it's another inhale for length. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand will catch your knee. The left fingers tent behind you. One final breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Release your legs out in front of you. Grab behind your thighs and help yourself down onto your back. Take your knees to your chest and enjoy some rock side to side. Drop both knees over to the right, left arm wide as the right hand grounds your knees. You'll try lifting your head, looking left, and putting your head back down. If it would feel interesting, you can try straightening your left leg or maybe both legs out to the side. And then your right hand, if it comfortably grabs your foot, then go ahead and reach for it. Curl yourself back to center. Take a little bit of sway side to side. And then eventually both knees will drape over to the left. The right arm will reach wide. And you'll lift your head, look right, and put your head back down. And if it would be interesting, try right leg or both legs extended. Again, your hand can reach for your right foot if it's accessible. Curl yourself back to center. One more little rock back and forth if it would feel good. We'll take the knees as wide as the armpits, pulling them down towards the ground, and either staying there or finding a full happy baby. Hands will reach for your feet, and we'll look for a long, flat spine. The chin just slightly nodding down towards your chest. The knees drawing towards the floor, but then a little bit of a kick up into your hands. Gently release your feet as you're ready. Take any final movements you feel like you might need. Maybe a little windshield wipe of the legs with your feet on the ground. And ultimately, you'll extend your legs long. Notice how this posture feels on your back. If you feel like you need some support, bring them underneath your knees. Allow the weight of your body to settle into the earth and close your eyes. Notice your breath beginning to settle as your energy does the same. This, my friends, is where I leave you to rest. So I suggest you stay here at least for a few minutes longer if you have the time. Thank you as always for tuning in. Namaste.